Ron Harris here from MuscleDevelopment.com. Coverage of the Tampa Pro wrapping up, brought to you by High-Tech Pharmaceuticals. This is the end of day 2. We just finished the last 4 divisions of the show. I'm here with Milos Sarcev and Big Mike Cox. He's been here all weekend. This is the first you've seen of him. But we're going to start with Men's Open, of course. So Ian Valliere, just interviewed him, pulled off a great win. It was enough to win. But Milos, you said you've seen him better before, the condition and everything, but how would you rate his look today?
Yes, well, I have to say this. First, I'm a fan of his physique. I see him 2018 in Indianapolis, and he was 4th, and I did an MD report, and I said I saw him winning.
Wow.
You know, this is how good I think he was. Then last year in Florida here, he didn't bring what we expected, you know, so we all criticized him. But he came back very strong, and I think at Olympia he looked tremendous. There is an argument he could have been in top 6. So when you look at Ian, he has this broad shoulders, thickly muscled. I mean, every bodybuilder has to love his physique. And when you see him train and how much strength and how much dedication he put in it, you gotta love the guy. But he was slightly off. And then when he was slightly off, he left the room, you know, for possible, somebody to sneak in. And one of the guys that could was Phil Clahard. Yes. Phil is 47 years old, 47, and he came in the best shape of his life, and he's improving in the shape, conditioning, size, everything. Yeah. I talked to him, and he says he's going to surpass Dexter. He's going to just keep going. He's very motivated. This was, possibly his show to win. I mean, he out-conditioned Ian at the prejudging, and he left a lot of, question marks. Yeah. Now, as I said earlier, I thought that my guy Max would be there battling in the top 3. He didn't make a top 3. Charles Griffin sneaked in. Charles was in tremendous condition. He was really dry, lean. You have to just appreciate it, pure muscle and density. Great arms, phenomenal back. I mean, the back poses were shocking, So I don't know. He probably squeaked in the finals in front of Max. And, I always have to say, I mean, you guys got to understand, yes, I'm his coach, but I'm also a fan of bodybuilding. And I'm friends with Max. And I just keep encouraging him, please come back. I mean, I can say in the last 7 shows that he entered, the only time he was off was prejudging at Olympia. We did something, and he came back at finals, very tight. But starting with Arnold Classic, he was tremendously conditioned. New York, California, then Chicago last year, Chicago this year, and now this show. So he's very consistent, and like Phil that I just mentioned, Max, over 40 years of age, is making improvements. And we all notice his legs being tremendously better, his back double biceps improved. So I think he's very competitive, and he just got to understand when there is 5, 6, 10 good guys, somebody has to be first, somebody has to be 5th, and somebody has to be 10th. So I think it's disappointment for him, but I'm just going to encourage him to keep going. 5th, Shaban came improved. He was 2nd twice this year, and I think that this solidifies his qualification for Olympia by points. Nobody can pass him. Yep. He was much better, but still, left a little bit room for a better conditioning. Tremendous physique. Now, Korean guy Lee Sangchul. Yeah. I mean, we all love his physique. I mean, he just brings that muscle, pure bodybuilding. But again, he needs to get his dryness and conditioning a little bit better. Okay. So, congratulations to Jan. I think, again, there's a lot of fans for a reason. He has, bodybuilding structure that everybody wants. And then, how strong he is. You see the lifts. How can you not respect and appreciate this guy? Very good looking, very, soft-spoken. And I think that him and Chris Bumstead are just a dream team in bodybuilding.
Right on. Mike, your take on the top 5.
Ian lived up to the hype. Coming off the Olympia, he had a lot of momentum going. Yep. Sometimes guys don't live up to that hype or that pressure coming into a show, but he did live up to the hype. He wasn't 100% Ian. Yep. He was good enough to win today, though, right? Now he's going to go to Texas and then the Arnold Classic. So Ian says it's better for every show. Yeah. I think if he keeps improving, the Arnold Classic first call-out is definitely a possibility. He's got so much muscle. That's what made him stand out, is the amount of muscle he had. Second place was Phil, who was in the best shape. I'm so happy for this guy. He lives like half an hour from me, so you're really happy for him because he's just a nice guy, right? But he's big. He's got a big frame, and he has that old school 90s detail. In the quad, all four of his quads are separated.
Very clean separation.
Very clean. His back is very detailed. So it's a good show. It's a big show for him, man. This is a big show for him because he's always been that 4th, 5th, 6th place guy.
Yeah.
Second place at this show next to, the 7th place Mr. Olympia finisher.
Yeah.
That's good. Hopefully he's going to go to Texas and improve from there.
Yeah, they're going to Texas.
Yeah, he's going to be phenomenal. So third place was
Max? No, I'm sorry.
No.
Charles Griffin.
Griffin, when he came out, he looked phenomenal. He may have faded a little bit as pre-injection wore on. It's just his structure's a little funky, right? So you have somebody like Phil. I thought he was battling Max for 4th place, for 3rd, 4th place. It could have gone either way. He may have passed a little bit tonight. But again, with Max, he's not missing anything. He's been super consistent the last, 4 or 5 shows. He's been in shape. It's just maybe somebody's been a little bit better, maybe just a few percentage points better. But he's not missing anything, So he hopefully keeps going on training, competing, because he's got a great physique that should be on that Olympia stage. Yeah.
Cool. Anybody not in the top 6 you want to mention, Misha?
Bundy. You mentioned.
What's that name? It's hard to.
Let's say the
Jeff T. Sharon Font.
Oh yeah, that's from Maryland. Yeah, I talked to him. He is also a little disappointed that he didn't get the first call out. I think that he has a tremendous structure and a great future in bodybuilding. I asked him if he's coming to Texas. He says, what for? And others said, listen, you're a newcomer. You have to be seen. You have to be compared. And you have to earn your feathers, pay your dues. And, when you have a quality, and he certainly has. I mean, you see that, waistline and structure, good legs. Pretty much finished product, just needs to be polished through the years. Mohammed Aman, very, very good with, Mohammed. I'm going to tell you, the first thing that you have to think about it, when you come on the stage walking from the side, you cannot let your abs hanging like this. And, maybe it will be insulting, but I just speak my mind because everybody in the audience saw it.
It was very, very apparent.
Would I say any competitors, the second you put your foot on the stage, everything has to be perfect. Abs glued to your spine, abs tight, so everything else. You're so thickly muscled, you can't lose this. Right. So don't worry about your shoulders and arms and anything else, because you can lose them. But you can lose your abs and completely spoils the picture.
Yes.
Yeah. Joel Thomas. Joel Thomas was very, very good. I think, if he was just a tad sharper, maybe he would attract the attention and even for a first call out. There was argument. There's a few more good guys that just have to understand to earn a first call out in a major show like this, you do have to earn it.
Absolutely.
Yes. But if I can say one more thing, for Jan Valliere, watching him into the shows, you can see that he's very, very lean. So I think that something in preparation went a little bit off. As we said, he was not 100% on. Not because of a body fat, because you could see him leading into the show, striated glutes, super tight, super lean. So it was just like a little miscalculation in contest prep that he can fix it. Yeah. Once he fixed it, I actually told him after the pre-judging also, don't mind me say it, but you didn't flex your legs, quads, in many frontal poses, front your legs, front double biceps, front leg spread, and it's visible, so he did fix it tonight, and you can see, those legs are, great. Yeah, so this is just kind of things. For Phil, I hope he's going to come to Texas and try to earn his Olympia qualification. And for Max, I'm going to see him right now. I'm going to have a speech because, he's getting a little frustrated, so you can understand that. But again, I just tell him, you proudly present yourself every single time. You have so many fans around the world that appreciate your physique and conditioning and a shape.
Yeah, he's still one of the best, regardless.
Yes. If you can notice now, his legs really came up tremendously.
Yeah, they're definitely
now
better.
He learned how to also pose them. As a matter of fact, I think most muscular shot that he does, he was unbeatable on stage in most muscular. Front relax, he was also taking it over. ab shot, he was taking over. So there are many poses that when you really analyze, you can, okay, if you have to choose somebody, I encourage you, to start doing this, not just the symmetry, proportion, muscularity, but pose by pose.
Cool. Well, I'm going to let you get to Max Charles. Thank you so
All right.
much, Milos.
You're
Always
welcome.
a pleasure working with you.
Yeah,
And,
I'll be probably working with you guys for Texas Pro too. I know
Okay.
you're not coming, but I'll be there.
Awesome, man.
right.
Thank you so much, Micho. Have a great night. And now me and Mike, we're going to recap the other 3 divisions. All right, so
Milos Sarcev.
yeah,
Crazy.
let's just run through. Okay, so Mike, fitness. Just to read the results, we had the winner, Ulrika Targil from. Sound like she was from Russia. I don't know.
From Russia, phenomenal routine, very rhythmic, gymnastic-like, very Oksana-like.
Yeah.
It was very, very entertaining. Loved it.
Oh, we out of frame? Sorry.
Sorry.
More?
Didn't think
Sorry,
her-
guys. This isn't live. But what now? What more? Perfect. Oh my God.
There we
okay.
go. Perfect. Didn't think her condition was as good as the second place girl, Tamara, but the routine was absolutely insane. All these girls got a great routine, Ron.
Yeah.
The fact they do this, diet it down, get hydrated, depleted, and smile, and do strength moves. I could barely brush my teeth if they have a show.
I mean, we saw people this weekend like shaking like leaves and about to hit the dirt from posing, and that's all they were doing was posing. So let me say that was Ulrika Targil, the winner. Tamara Vaughn, second place. Third place, Stacey Dawn. Fourth place, Stephanie Jones. Fifth place, Allison Kramer. Fifth and sixth, Corina Harkleroad. Moving on. It's backwards. Okay, so men's bodybuilding we already talked about. Haha. Women's bodybuilding. Okay, so the winner, I'd never heard of this woman before, but wow, Mona Porcela from Canada.
Mona, there was about 3 girls that when they came out, all could have won. Mona's kind of separated herself from the pack. She was so detailed from the quads. Her presentation was phenomenal. That back double bicep was actually silly, man, with the detail and the hamstring and glute tie-in. She was a clear winner. However, second was Hunter.
Hunter Henderson.
Hunter was thick, man. Hunter had a very good physique. She's very thickly muscled, so she could have been maybe a little tighter. But between her and Janine, it was very close. This was the best Janine I've ever seen.
Janine Lankowski always gets best poser, and for good reason.
She is so good at posing. She's a posing coach here locally. Actually, fantastic condition for Janine. Also, quick shout out to Gina Cavallero, who trained in my gym when I first moved here. Busted her ass for a pro card. Finally got it. Gina, props. Congratulations.
Fourth place, Julia Forey from Germany. Fifth place, Stephanie Flesher from Indiana. Tina Williams from Kansas. Sixth place. So we got one more division, don't we?
Yeah.
What was it?
Bikini.
Okay, bikini. Yeah, that was actually pretty shocking. Shocking division. So I kind of had a feeling Elisa Piccini was going to win, and she did. She's 2019 Olympia champion. And oddly enough, my Facebook memories came up today from 2017 Tampa, my first year doing this job, and she won that. And I'd never heard of her. I don't think anybody had heard of her. She's probably like 12 years old at the time. But Elisa, she won. A little slimmer, not as curvy as some of the other girls. And we're going to get to some surprises. But Daraja Hill, the runner-up from Jacksonville. I never heard of her before.
Never heard of her before, but when they moved her in with the other 4 girls, she really stood out. Now, she wasn't as big as the other girls, but she was more athletic. You know what I mean? She kind of had a women's physique-ish physique to where you can see her going there, the caps on the delts. She just stood out and glowed, right? So she's phenomenal.
Yeah, and I mean, it's odd that you had 3 big names here. For any of them to get beat is pretty amazing. So that takes us to Jennifer Dory in third, and going into the show, she was one of my favorites to win. I thought it was gonna be either her, Laura Lee, or Elise or Issa, but Jennifer always fantastic. We love that curly black hair of yours.
I actually agree with what you and Giles said about her winning the show because the other girls are qualified. You know what I mean? Now, I know that may not go through the judge's mind, but as a fan sometimes we try to analyze it that way. But I was shocked that she placed where she did. She looks phenomenal, man. That curly hair. She's just a pretty girl. You know what I mean? Like, just phenomenal.
I think bikini is closer in the top 5 than like bodybuilding is.
Oh, way close. All these girls are interchangeable. I mean, with Janet out of the Olympia, we have no idea who's going to win. Like, we know the top 4 at the men's. We can guess that. This, I have no clue.
Yeah, Laura Lee Chapados in 4th place. She just won the Chicago Pro 2 weeks ago. I really thought she had a shot at winning this today. So when she got announced in fourth, me and you both kind of looked at each other like, what?
That started the snowball effect of the rest of the placings when she got fourth, because she looked phenomenal, dude. She looked great. I mean, they all look good, honestly, man. So I don't know what the exact process is, but Laura Lee looked actually phenomenal today.
It's Francesca Stoico from Italy in fifth, and Danielle Combs from right here in Florida, sixth place. That'll do it, guys. That wraps up our coverage of the 2021 Tampa Pro. Coverage brought to you by High Tech. Make sure you check out all the contest gallery photos taken by this man over here, Hector Mendoza. High resolution images of all the competitors. Go to the play-by-play thread if you want to see all the comparisons. I took those in the front row with my iPhone 10. Or is it iPhone X? I don't know. Anyway, tons of pictures there. More videos on this channel. So please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the videos, share the videos, do all that good stuff. Comment, but don't say anything bad about me. My feelings get hurt. I love you trolls. Anyway, that'll wrap it up, guys. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you at the next one.